even bounce the beat. I took the hard way and man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when it can be chain birth most of chains in the game? Why would I?
Father who art in heaven, I love when you toss me blessings. You never throw interceptions, I catch them like O.D. Beckham. Hard to not the devil when built like Tiana Teller and balling at 27. I feel like Iman Shumpert. Know there's a disconnect when the sheep start to lead the shepherd. The weak start to be aggressive, the streets start to be the reverend. Bragging about first class, seated on 9/11. They spirits are not united, a legion, my soul forever. I murder my adolescence, assault with a friendly weapon. I verbally dissect them to help them get back together. Wanting the stranger things, I handle it like 11. My point is I guard the kids. I should play for the Celtics. Watch how I Euro step them and curry them like I'm stepping whenever I'm in your town. The warriors in your presence. I manifest my endeavors. I'm blessed and I'm getting better. I walk amongst living legends. Coach Contra will live forever. Oh. New goals, baby boo. Got my wrist in these grits, tryna whip something new. I am sick of this rampant. So are you. Hold on, switch. Mama, I'm gonna introduce my ego. Since the world full of villains, then let's introduce the heroes. We the good guys, no blood on our hands. Hands Tito, she is pack. Finna, guaranteed, move back. Type of view is that on the globe? It's a visionary peeking out the window of my soul. Might just fall back, lend a helping hand and play my role. You ain't all that in the mirror oversold. Call me Reason A, aka Malcolm XL.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Cleveland Browns. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And he takes this one back into the end zone where the Browns defense has a touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season? With
get things going the way they have earlier this year.
On second down, it's Pollard. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
That is caught. It's Uzomah. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Pollard going to try the right side. Taken down at the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Going to run again here with Pollard. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down, and they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Now it's Wilson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Pollard fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Caleb Chason, the former first-rounder, and there to get the sack. Zane Gonzalez, the former Browns kicker, out for the field goal against his old teammates. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
off the drive with Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick six, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with it.
They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. After one, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. Elliott going to get it again on second down. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now Wilson on first down. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get him into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, Wilson. Gets it out wide to Davis-Price. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw pulled in by Schwartz. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered. It's both feet down for the completion.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
The Bucs on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. He's at the 40. 20, 10, 5, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for the Browns TD. To give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Anthony Schwartz going to bring it out. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on second down, Wilson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big third down.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Here comes Carter. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. T.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 20. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 3rd and 2, now Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Draw play, Elliott. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and that will tie things at 17 all.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Open man is Uzomah. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On first and 10. It's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Swinging this out to Pollard.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. C.J. Uzomah. As the first half is winding down.
And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Fielded right around the 8. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Play action. Stafford.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
A dump off to Elliott. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. And he stopped immediately there. On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And now off to the races down the right side. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort with the mistakes that happen. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Buccaneers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson, slant pass, Pollard brings it in. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Now Wilson. Got a man. It's Schwartz complete. Touchdown. Anthony Schwartz with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Buccaneers take a 3-touchdown lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Browns 17. Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford, he'll find Lazard here over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
You know, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success early here.
Now Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
Here's A.J. Cole now
as he's on to punt for Cleveland. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Pollard again. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
106 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Now a give here to Pollard. And he's got some space here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Got a man, Slayton. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 13-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 19. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Second down, here's Davis Price.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Tony Pollard hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs look like they're about to put an end to their two-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Browns 17. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Second down at 4.
Stafford.
On the slant, this is Chark.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Stafford down to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off Byron Jones.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win.